What's up, family? This is Sensei from Ride Fit Nation. You know it. This is episode number 3. Today, I have a special, let me say it in Jamaican for y'all, a special gift, a special two-up gift. Two-up. You understand what I mean? Two-up. Two-up Journey Junkies, baby. They are in the house. We got Sam, we got Susan. I consider these people to be family. Anytime I think about two-up, I think about those two. Guys, what's up?
What's up? What's up?
Hey, Sensei.
How's it going?
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, I'm excited to have the both of y'all, man. You know, my son absolutely love y'all, right? He saw you guys in Milwaukee. He appreciated you taking the time out, Susan, to sit there and kind of share some stuff with him and kind of give some insights, right? I think that was perfect. Me being a father, me being a rider, me loving you guys the way I do. It was it's like the topping of the candy. You know, the candy got a little coats and you put a little topping on the top of the candy. And it was amazing. I appreciate you guys. You know what I'm saying?
No, it was cool. And thank you for, sharing him with the rest of the Harley world and I guess Harley world, the rally world. That was really cool that you brought him and he looked like he was enjoying himself. And, since we're talking about it, we actually had a question for you and we'll question. What was the
What'd you find most challenging having him on the back?
To tell you the truth, I'm gonna tell you the most challenging thing for me was spirit, right? It was nothing physical, it was more spiritual. It was more like making sure that he gets home safe. That was the part where I looked at, I'm like, you know what? As parents, we tend to kind of like coddle our children, but I'm not one of those people per se. I'm a huge believer in the law of attraction. And I feel like if I portray negativity in my mind, if I think about like, oh my God, is Sam and Susan going to go out there in those waterfalls and they're going to have an accident? I'm putting the negativity on it. I'm putting dark clouds on you guys. So I love this question because the most challenging part was me having to switch off the negative thought process and start to readjust my thought process to fun, to him enjoying this, to him saying, yo, Dad, you remember that time we rode to Milwaukee? And I'll be old as heck. I'm like, no, son, I don't remember that, but tell me about it. And then he's like, I ain't even got to tell you about it, Dad. Look, the video's right there on YouTube. I'll be like, what's a YouTube? Yeah. Right? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I love that question, guys. And, him getting to meet, like he already met GQ, but he got to meet you guys. He got to meet Kelly B. Gliding. He got to meet Traveling Tall. He got to meet Psychofanatics. He got to meet so many different people. And then the highlight for me, man, it was seeing people coming up to him like, yo, Dorian, bro, we saw you in the video. And at first he's like, help me out. What do I do, Pop? You know what I'm saying? And then I watched him start getting a little cocky with it. He's like, yeah, that's me, baby.
Cool. That's awesome. But no, I mean, you definitely bring up a good point when that's one of the things with Two Up is, when you're riding alone, you always want to make sure, you're taking that precaution. You need to get home, safe to the rest of the family, to your friends, stuff like that. But when you have another person on there, man, that changes everything because now it's both of you. She has, her family, which is my family. So there's two families that could be affected if both people aren't getting home safely. Yeah. And with the two of those riding together, I mean, there's the way that, she rides, recording. If she's leaning that way, this way, I think we mentioned this stuff before. It's like before I was like, what are you doing? She's like, I'm just trying to record. I'm like, okay, you can't swing that way that fast or whatever. Now I'm used to it. And, it's like, we're that team. And okay, she, lets me know she's going to, record this or that. And she'll be leaning. I mean, she's stood up on the bike before. So
superhero status.
Oh, dude, let me tell you.
You gotta get that shot.
That's right. Do whatever it takes to get the shot. Yep.
So getting her home safe is now, I ain't worried about me. I'm worried about her. But in all contexts, it's, you need to worry about, the both of you. And you really got to be focused.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I agree, man. You guys are hitting the topic of kind of pretty much what I want to touch on today, right? Is safety. And there are So for years, I never liked to ride people on my bike for that specific reason, for the idea of like, I'm not responsible for you. You can sign right here, sign this waiver. If something happens to you, your family ain't coming back to sue me. And in reality, to tell you the truth, right, that is something that I feel that when somebody puts someone in the back of their motorcycle, they should have a waiver to sign. Honestly, and I'm not talking about a husband and wife. I'm talking about like, you dating somebody or you want to be cute. No, you want to ride around the block? Here you go. I even see guys putting kids on their motorcycle like, what? Look at me. Okay, there was a tree in the middle of the road you didn't expect to see. Now you flying off that bike. Sign the waiver, right? Sign the waiver. We should start creating a 2-up journey junkie waiver that you can you can share it to your subscribers so they can say we can just print it out. The guys, it's free of charge. Print it out and just have them sign the waiver. But I watch you guys a lot. I love your videos. I even saw the video that you guys posted. I think it was probably like 7 days ago, something like that. But you guys went to these beautiful waterfalls. It was beautiful. And every time you guys travel, it's like how Susan captures the moments, right? It's awesome. My highlight of your videos is the little that pops up. So every time you guys have something going on, both of y'all pop up in the square and you're like, hey guys, so yeah, we went in this bar and Sam be like, yeah, you mean the bar that, and you guys have like this little, from married to married people, I could hear sometimes your sarcasm with each other. And I kind of hear like, Susan, if Sam is about to say something and he's moving too damn slow, okay, yeah, guys, or whatever. And then Susan, if you go too slow, Sam is like, yeah, right. So this is what it is. And I think it comes off so much clearer on video that when people are truly engaging with you guys, they can see the reality and the realness behind it, right? Like I don't see a different group of people when I see you in person versus when I'm watching the videos. You guys understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're 100% us. And I don't know if we've ever really talked about this, but
he's the talker.
Yeah, I am. So it's not like I always wonder, like when we started this and then really getting at it, do a lot of YouTubers like like practice, or we do a couple different takes, but most of the time it's the first time and then that's what we're using. And I always wonder, like, do a lot of people I hope people know that how we record, who we are, like what we record and how we record is exactly who we are in person as well. They're not getting an act. They're not getting, like a movie, like a fiction. We're 100% who we are.
Leave it in there, bloopers and all.
And you know what though? The bloopers to me is what it is, man. It's like
it's no rehearsal.
I think rehearsal comes off phony anyway. When I
pull that camera out, he's like, oh, and I just like start talking.
Sometimes I'm not ready and right. And she'd be like, okay, we need to talk this is the funny thing. She always says, we didn't talk very much today. We need to start doing a lot more talking. Okay, so we break out the camera and I'm, talk. And then she's like, you're talking too much. It's like, well, what is it? Are we going to talk or are we not going to talk?
Sounds like a marriage.
But I just feel like, we bounce off each other. We learn off each other. And I'm definitely thankful and blessed to have found someone that loves to ride.
Yeah. That touched my heart to hear that. I could hear your genuine sincerity when you say that. And as men, I feel like men don't give their women enough props, enough praises, right? Even if it brings tears to the eyeball sockets. It's like when you genuinely connect with somebody who's out there risking your lives together. I mean, there's nothing better than somebody who's out there risking your lives together. I mean,
right.
What more do you want in a relationship? Like, what? Wait a minute. You don't ride a motorcycle? Oh, please get out my bedroom, please. I can't talk to you no more. I appreciate your time. And don't forget to sign a waiver. Get out.
Right.
There's nothing better.
When we met, that was one of the first things that we spoke about. I'm like, I've been riding ever since I was a little kid. And, I went from dirt bikes, ATVs to now I'm, doing street stuff. I love to travel on the bike. I traveled for 2 years when I left Colorado. And, this is a couple years before her and I met. So I love to travel. So, I made it very clear. I ride. We're going to ride.
Had never ridden before, ever. I had
Really?
never ridden. No.
Never.
And my daughter was like, Mom, what are you doing? She was freaking out. And at first I was a little scared. I'm not going to lie. But I mean, I loved it pretty much right off the bat. And at first there were times where there was a time we went around a corner and there's like this big lifted Jeep coming and I jumped, and he's like, babe, you can't do that, but now I just hang off the bike with the camera, like no big deal. I mean,
Yep.
Oh,
I think I've told you this, I will ride all day long, 10, 12, 14 hours on the back of the bike with him. You put me in the car with him. Nope.
It's like, please, let's get a bike.
Yeah.
I mean, it gives her the biggest anxiety. And I'm like, I'm not doing anything different. If anything, I feel like I'm being safer in the car, and shit freaks her out. I don't
No, that's crazy. So what? All right. So Susan, what is it about the car versus the motorcycle that make you feel like, yo, I need to get out of this car? What is it about that?
I don't know. I think it's just because it's bigger. I think on the motorcycle, he really is safely looking. I see him swiveling his head and looking over the hills. And when we stop in traffic, he goes, to where we always have an escape out. I don't know. I just feel safer with that versus a car. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of things. I mean, I've been in 3 motorcycle accidents. One put me in the hospital for like a month and a half. So I still love riding and I absolutely have, the funnest time. I mean, mentally, physically, anything. Like my riding is what has, kept my life going. When being in those accidents, I ride more defensively, but still have fun.
Yeah.
Before my accidents, I was just like, I felt like I didn't pay attention as much.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at a red light and then there's a green light. I'm still looking both ways before I even go.
Yeah.
And that's just an example, of, I'm always looking. I pay attention to that especially in Tennessee, you always have those hidden driveway signs. So I'm always, okay, hidden driveway. And then I got a hill coming up. So I'll stand up on the bike and, try to look over that hill. I mean, in a car, I'm gone. So maybe
it's a different mindset.
You're paying attention, but it's not the same as like when you're on a motorcycle. I mean, I am.
On a side note, though, we have been in a car accident. We got hit head on. And so I might have a little bit of anxiety from that as well.
Okay. Because, I was going to ask you that follow-up question if there was an accident or something that triggered that. But, I agree with it because as a motorcycle rider, I tell people all the time, how many close calls you had today? Because I think a lot of people forget how easy it is and how many close calls we actually see and the ones that we didn't see.
Right.
Like I'm going to Tybee Island and I'm coming back home and I'm just gunning. Anytime I see a car about to make that left turn, because most fatalities in America happens in that damn left turn. It's weird how that works, right? And this guy is coming. He sees me coming and he just cuts right in front of me. Now, speaking of safety, I like to practice how to stop my bike at 80 miles an hour, right? If I'm riding at 80 miles an hour or 90 miles an hour, I need to learn how to stop that bike at that speed, right? Without skidding, without flipping and crashing, none of that.
Right.
And I just simply did what I practiced and just use the front and rear brake together collectively and just allow my bike to come to a slow movement and let him do what he's doing. And I just kept on going about my way, right? Close call.
Yeah.
When you guys are riding 2 up, there are a lot of people who it's not even safety for them. It's that they feel like they won't be able to ride or perform the way they normally would as a solo rider. Is there any truth to that? Or is there a way for you could debunk that myth? Is that a myth or is that factual?
Say the question
I think
again.
it's a myth that do you ride,
Go ahead, Susan.
like, do you ride differently two up? Do you feel like there's more precautions because you have two up? Like, can you still stop as fast with two up? Can you still avoid traffic when you're two up?
I honestly think it does have to do with experience, like how long you've been riding, all the different situations you've been in while riding as a single rider, and you apply that to the two up riding. I think once the two are on the same page, then because a two up rider, there is a lot that that two up rider needs to know on do's and don'ts, but I don't think it doesn't take you anything. It doesn't change anything where you have to slow down, your ability to slow down fast or not. If anything, it makes me more aware because she's on the bike.
Yeah.
But then I say that, and when I ride alone, I'm still aware because I want to go back home to where we can ride two up another day.
Yeah.
I ride the exact same with her on the bike or with her not on the bike. I'm the exact same rider. And it's not only my life, her life, our lives, but it's also the people around us. I'm paying attention for the drivers that aren't paying attention.
I like that. You're paying attention for the drivers that aren't paying attention. I like that. I had to repeat that for people to hear that and grasp what you're saying.
So to answer your question, I don't think it changes a whole lot. I really don't.
What do you think?
Other than the mental state, as we stated before, everybody has to get home safe. And I think that's just in a car or on a bike, honestly. So you take that out of it, I feel it's the same.
I like that. That makes perfect sense. Susan, what's your take on it? As a passenger, as somebody who is actually,
I feel like he definitely rides the same, whether I'm on it or not. And it just took me learning, because like I said, I actually took the rider's course. And granted, I'm not really riding my own bike right now, but it really made me appreciate him a lot. And appreciate not only he's got me, we usually have a ton of luggage on back. And it made me understand some of the things he does.
Yeah.
In traffic and stuff like that. And so now that I understand better, I probably am a better two up rider.
She definitely doesn't complain as much after that class. I can tell you that. About why am I doing this or why am I doing that?
Yeah.
And it's made me more aware. I notice people always on their phone and doing stuff.
Yeah.
And it's made me a better driver in a car as well, because I'm just more aware of my surroundings.
Anytime we ride together, she is always saying, I need to make my own little signs, hold up a sign, get off your dang phone, show it to them.
You should do it.
Stop.
Left lane is for passing.
Yeah, left lane is for passing. Show it to them as we go by. Makeup's for the bathroom as we're passing.
Stop eating oatmeal. Yeah,
right. Yeah.
I thought about making a video of just how many people I see on their phones while we're traveling.
It's ridiculous. Seriously ridiculous.
That's crazy, man. When I think about that, I do the same thing too. Sometimes I'll pull up next to people and I just look at them. And I just look at them, right? And I wish they could see my face, right? I just wish they could see my face, right? But I'll look at them and I'll go like this. And I'll just ride off, right? Because they're not paying attention. They'd be the first, oh my God, I didn't see you. I'm so sorry. And you're laying there not breathing. And oh my God, I didn't see him. And then they get away. They get away scot-free too. That's the problem. There's not enough laws to push that. But
right. So sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. We're here to talk.
There's a tip that somebody gave me. If you have have kids, you know how they always want to talk and play games and do stuff in the car. Like when you're going on a trip, tell them to count how many motorcycles they see. Like even if you're just going to the grocery store. Yeah. So as they grow older, that they will be on the lookout for motorcycles. So when they're driving, they'll notice motorcycles. And I thought that was a great tip.
Yeah.
I like that. Count how many motorcycles you see, because it's also something that I would practice as well, because a lot of us forget that our attention, like we spoke about in the beginning, when you're in a car, you're more lax than you are on a bike. So I saw a video on Instagram. This lady almost hit this guy, and she was frantic, like crying like crazy. And the guy, he's talking to her. And this wasn't no skit. This was like his GoPro. He was talking to the lady. Oh, my son, he rides a motorcycle too. Oh my God, don't know what I would have done if I killed you. Well, he's like, listen, it's okay, it's all right, but can you please do me a favor and just pay attention better? Like, look out for more of us out here, because we're out here. And when I'm driving my truck, I'm always making sure that I'm mindful of riders around me, because when you're riding, Superman and Clark Kent is two different people, right? When he's Superman, he could do a lot more different things than Clark Kent. Like when we're on our motorcycles, I'm Superman. When I'm in my truck, I'm more like Clark Kent. I'm like laid back, relaxed, chilling. So great point. Look, how many motorcycles can you count?
Kids love that game.
So by the time that they're 16 and 17 years old, I mean they're playing that game on road trips to the grocery store to whatever. So that's years and years of what, mind training or conditioning your children. I mean, I think motorcycle riders are even more cautious for motorcycles, when they're out riding, regular in their cage car. I definitely look, for bikes. Yeah,
me too. I mean, every day I try to check myself when I'm driving. When people look at two-up riding, you guys had touched on this earlier, your skills get better as a passenger, which at some points I believe that your skills can also get better than the actual rider. And because, let me explain why I'm saying that. So Susan, you don't ride much, right? You don't ride, like you took the course and everything, but I could almost guarantee that if you were to get on a motorcycle to ride that motorcycle, your skills would be ridiculously high. Why? Because you're riding with somebody who, number one, you trust. Number two, you're learning the habits. You're watching all of the precautions that's being taken. You're watching how the gears are changed. You know how the brakes are used. You know how to pack the bike up. You know how to take turns, because you're literally there learning. And I'm going to use the martial arts for a minute. There's a movie, and I forgot the name of the movie, but it's a Shaolin monk, master killer, and he goes into the Shaolin temple. He wants to learn Kung Fu. The master's like, no, you will not learn Kung Fu. You're not good enough, right? But he gives him all of these things to build a scaffold around the entire temple. And he's building the scaffold for years. And as the scaffold gets higher and higher, he's able to look down and watch all of these monks learning martial arts and different iron fists and monkey style and all these different stuff. And this guy finally gets a chance to challenge one of the masters. He beat the master. Why? Because he spent all these years just watching and applying everything that he learned, right? What are you guys' thoughts on what I'm saying?
I agree,
but
that's what I want to hear, the but.
So I will let Susan answer the but, and then if I feel like I have a rebuttal to her but, I will chime in.
Hey, keep your butts to your butt.
Ready to go.
Yeah.
What's the but?
Well, you took the course.
I took the course, but I need more practice, and I value my life, and I value everybody else's life. That I know that I'm just not ready.
Yeah.
And I have watched and I have learned a ton, but I just know in myself I'm not ready, even though I have the knowledge. I just need more practice.
Now, yes. What do you feel like it would be like? What's your weak points for the writing and stuff like that? So, like, you ace the test, like all of that stuff. So when it comes to the bike, where do you feel like I
am just too nervous, like nervous about other drivers, and he's quick to respond. And I think I would maybe panic and then I would wreck. So I need to be more controlling. I feel like that's what I feel like.
So I went on a ride with some of my other buddies, we all, travel different states. We break state lines with everybody. We always meet in different states. And this particular weekend we did what's called the Polar Ride. And we all get together, go to Little Rock, meet up with them guys, and we all shoot down to Louisiana. Well, that weekend, she was taking the course, and I wasn't there. When I got home, she lifted her pant legs up, and she had bruises up and down. Our dog is not that big. We actually have lap dogs.
Yeah, I'm listening, guys.
But she had bruises up and down her legs.
I dumped the bike.
She
pulled in and I just started crying.
What?
It was harder than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
So I feel like
that's why I appreciate him. I appreciate all riders. It's not as easy as you think. And like I said, with a passenger and luggage and in the weather or whatever the conditions are around you, you have to adjust to that. I mean, there's a lot more to it.
There is.
Yeah. And her, like, I asked her, not because I want her to ride her own bike and I want to be on my bike, by myself. I love that we ride 2-Up. I love that her and I share everything together. We do everything together. I mean, it's my best friend. So when she did take that course, we would talk about, okay, if and when, we get her a bike, stuff like that. And her, I don't know where I was going to go with this. Dang it.
Help him out, Susan.
I just feel like she's having more fun being 2-Up. And I don't, do you even want your own bike?
Yeah, I mean, it's a goal to ride, but I like riding 2-Up. People ask me all the time if I want to ride my own, but I enjoy riding 2-Up, and there's not a lot of support out there for 2-Up, and there's a ton of 2-Up riders. And that's why, I want to keep promoting our channel, because it's okay to ride 2-Up. It's fun. It's something we share together, and it's okay to be 2-Up.
I mean, there's even some people out there that have been like, when are you going to ride your own bike? Well, what if I don't want to ride my own bike?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's I find that question like crazy. It doesn't, like, why do I have to ride my own bike? I'm comfortable here. You guys ever thought about doing a t-shirt that says I ride 2-Up?
Say again?
You ever thought about making a t-shirt that says I ride 2-Up or something in that manner?
No, I never thought about it. Actually, that actually would be pretty cool.
You should, because the thing is, people do give riders the props, but when you ride into it, like, oh, you're just a passenger. No, I'm not just a passenger. I'm support. I'm there to guide. I could do a whole lot of other things while I'm in the back of that bike. And there's also certain skills that you gain, right? Susan, what are some of the skills that you would say that you acquired from all the time riding with your husband? Like, what do you say is some of the most upgraded skills that you can say as a 2-Up rider you have accomplished?
Balance, for sure. Just awareness of around me. I don't just.
I mean, you just said it. Around you, you're. She helps out every once in a while. Like, hey, a car's coming. Just this past weekend, actually. We're going over a set of railroad tracks, and then there was an immediate left, and it was a blind hill. And I looked. I mean, like we said before, I'm double looking, like making sure. And I looked again, and then, I start going as I'm looking left, and there was a car flying. I mean, it was like, I think the speed limit was maybe 35, and this car had to have been doing like 70 over this. I mean, it was like a Suburban, and as it was cresting the hill, it was like you could see the whole car of the suspension as it came up.
Wow.
Like it was flying to where you could see the suspension of the car, the body of the car was up, and as it crested that hill, it came down and smushed the suspension. So with that, the momentum of that vehicle cresting that hill, I mean, that suspension was like max.
But obviously we have communication, so I was like yelling, "Stop car, stop car."
And if she, wasn't aware, if she didn't like look as well, she wouldn't have been able to warn me about that. So
yeah,
awareness.
there's some
Sorry,
power.
Sorry.
Wow, guys, that's a great share though, because that's what I'm saying, right? I don't think people give enough props to that, to having a passenger behind you. Even my son, on the way to Milwaukee, he would tap me for certain things. I gave him certain hand signals to tap because I didn't have my Cardo. What are you guys using? Are you guys using Sina or Cardo for your?
Yeah, we're using Sina.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're using that for how do you like that system for communicating?
We're not sure yet.
It's
We
kind
were
of
thinking of switching to Cardo, but then somebody else said they weren't fans of that. Sina, we can talk to each other, but they gets a lot of feedback, and we have to shut them on and off a lot.
Feedback. What's the feedback? Or
like stat or noise.
What is that word?
Like radio frequency. I don't know.
It gets
like distortion.
Yeah, static
and echoey.
And it echoes a lot. So I found myself having to turn it off, turn it back on. Interference, I think, is the word that she was looking for. You get that. It starts doing like if you have like a speaker or a microphone or two microphones together, and it starts, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
I understand.
So then we have to hurry up and shut them off and then turn it back on.
Hey, if you guys watching this video, if you have any feedback as to what they're talking about, please leave that in the comment, because we need to hear from y'all what that is. See, the Cardo, I use Cardo, and sometimes when I'm riding with my guys and, we have the Cardo on, we don't have any feedback. We don't have nothing like that. It is so clear. The only issue. No, huh?
You'll always have clearness. Is it
always? Even if one of them have to exit, I can hear them for a good distance before the thing just dies out, right? And the only issue, and that's user error on my end, that I wish that I need to master it, is how to mute other writers, because when they're playing their music, I'm hearing music in my headset. I'm like, dude, can you just stop playing that damn song? I don't want to hear that song. I want to enjoy my ride, right? But and one of the things about Cardo too, it's waterproof. Could be in the craziest rainstorms, which I've been, and it never gets touched ever.
Yeah, ours is waterproof as well. There's another one. It's called Lexan.
Okay.
A lot of people swear by those. My thought on that is we just, bought these like a year ago, and we're turning around and buying another $700 set.
Yeah.
No
need. Reach out to Cardo.
Yeah.
Right.
So let me tell you guys. So we spoke about this at Milwaukee, right? And after I spoke to you guys about, reach out to some of these companies, get sponsorship, because what the both of you are doing, to me, it's phenomenal. It's, you guys are, and I'm not saying that you guys are the only two of writers on YouTube, but you guys are starting an amazing trend and showing people like, hey, there's no shame in riding two up. As a matter of fact, here's all the benefits behind it. And you have companies out there like Cardo, like Sina, who you can send emails to. You can contact the sales department. Hey guys, this is what we got. We got a channel that we do this. Hey, if anybody works with Cardo watching this video, please reach out to these two as well. But I'm dead up serious, and see if they are willing to sponsor you guys with a free set, and that way you can do a whole entire video to review their products. I mean, that's what it boils down to.
So let me touch on that, and I think maybe you can help us out with your thoughts on this, on I guess how our feelings about it is. So when I raced for the longest time, I've raced in Baja, the Baja 1000, 500, San Felipe 250. You have to have sponsors. I raced in the GNCC series. I would always come out east from Colorado, ATVs, and so I would need sponsors. So at that time, I had a letter to all these different, companies. And I thought that would be the, almost easiest way to get, funding, product. And it absolutely was not. And so I always felt like, and so I still feel like you're like begging, somebody to you're just having your hand out, like.
But you're not. You're showing them what we
you
have
see what
to
I'm saying
offer
though? It's
and we're gonna
like
promote.
is there certain people that you reach out to, like the
Everybody.
marketing department? Do you?
Nope. I reached out. You know what I did? I'm gonna give you, and I know exactly where you're coming from. But when you're begging, you're looking for something with no ROI, with no return on the investment, right? That's begging. It's like somebody, yeah, I need money to go buy me a smoothie. And they give you the money, you don't get nothing back, right?
Yeah.
What you're doing as YouTubers, as content creators, and anybody who's watching this video, like business is my thing. I love business, right? And the structure of business is based on how you can take information and share it with each other, and how you can utilize each other. That's what business is. It's like find a problem, find a solution, right? And learn how to use people so you can get the benefit. That way they can benefit. It's weird.
You just said it and how to use, and that's what I feel like. Am I using somebody for this?
Yes,
like,
yes, you're using them.
Oh,
you're using them.
It's a good thing.
It's a good thing.
But they're using us back because.
Correct. Thank you. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Because they want people to be 2-up using the Cardo system, or they want you to have a special 2-up seat, things like that.
Go ahead, girl. That's what I'm talking
about. Sensei, I got it.
Come
I
on,
love
girl.
the pep talks.
You know what? Let me stop talking. No, but you know what? That's exactly what it is. So Hogwarts, Titan, stop barking at people. Come here, buddy. He's out there barking at the deers. Can you hear him?
No, I can't.
Come here. Hey, come over here. Come say what's up. Come here, you little monster. Come here. Look, he's over there barking at the deers. You see him? So this is Titan. This is like my other son right here, by the way. He's 3. And he is one of my buddies.
Is he going on a motorcycle ride?
He's gonna have to. I might have to get one of the sidecars to put in.
Yeah.
Hey, sit for a second. So what I was saying, right, with the product stuff, when I reach out to companies, I reach out to them through the contact form on the websites, call directly, and I've gotten sponsorship from Hogworks. I've gotten sponsorship from Tab. Well, Tab was through another buddy of mine, which is awesome. I got Zero. Look, Zero just sent me this stuff today.
I saw that.
3D, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that stuff came, and I got other companies sending me stuff. Hold on a second. Let me just take them upstairs real quick. This is what I recommend for you guys to just keep on doing that, because when you are doing this, I'm just a big fan of what you guys do. And there are clothing companies. There are companies that make rain gear, gloves, communication devices, even walkie-talkies. You know what I'm saying? When you guys go to these big rallies, Sturgis, whatever you're doing.
Endless, yeah.
Yeah, you have your little walkie-talkie. Hey Sam. Over here, bikes. Copy that, like blah, blah. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So to me, that's what it's about, right? What would you guys say is your favorite thing? And I know you mentioned a whole lot, but your favorite thing about not only riding 2-up, but having a YouTube channel?
Oh, definitely meeting all the awesome people.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the best part of all of it. I mean, to see people too, like online, and then to meet them in person, and they're the same, just welcoming, and you still stay in contact with them, or you get on their lives, or it's just awesome. It's awesome. People that you would never meet. We have friends all over the United States now.
Yeah, for sure. And
like when you go to an event, you're like, you hit them all up. Hey, we're going here. And then it's just cool to meet everybody again too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good seeing this huge family. I was talking to GQ today, and I can't remember exactly what we were talking about, but we were talking about, the group. He called, he said the group, Kelly B, you, him, I mean, I'm just going to keep name dropping. I'm just saying. So it made me feel good when he said, the group. We're we're part of the group. Like we're part of this family.
Yep.
And I just, it just, what is the word I'm looking for? It just, I was excited about it. It just clarified my wondered or worried about if we're part of people's lives or whatever. But it felt good to hear that coming from Q, because we appreciate him, we appreciate you, everybody, and it's every time we see you guys, it's like it's a family, and everybody's excited to see each other.
And everybody's so positive.
Yeah,
it's
definitely
just awesome.
positive.
Awesome.
We have yet to meet somebody who's like, man, I wish I wasn't at the rally, or I wish I wasn't riding my motorcycle. Like everybody's like,
when we leave like an event or when we get to see people, I feel motivated, like, hey, I want to do this. I can't wait to do this. And then
right.
I love that,
Yeah.
that we can all feed off of each other.
Shush. No.
That's your dog now, right?
Yep.
No.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, oh,
What's the dog's name?
We have
Callie.
two, Callie and Kat.
Oh, it's
no.
two of them?
They're tiny. They're like,
Okay. Of course, this one's, I didn't even know it, but she's right underneath her feet.
Oh, she's underneath this chilling.
She's my Velcro dog.
Little biscuit.
Yeah, she's definitely a Velcro dog.
Oh, wow. But yo, so yeah, like I consider you guys family. I consider you guys like when I first met the both of you, which was at Traveling Talls event. I said, man, you guys are exactly what I see on the videos, and it's good to keep on building the camaraderie and keep on growing together, right? Because that's the element that I feel like grows our community together. It's what we do and how everyone has such a different twist on it, right? And
I love that you're willing to help and give ideas and things like that. I mean, it's awesome because sometimes you kind of feel like, what am I doing? And I'd say something and you're like, do you have a video about that? I'm like, nope.
Yep, where's the video?
Wow.
Yep, where's the video? And if you guys remember what I said to you at Milwaukee, I said everything is content.
Yes,
exactly.
Everything is content. The hardest thing that I find for YouTubers is we try too hard to appease subscribers, right? And it becomes a problem. For me, I will post things that resonates with me. If a subscriber says, damn, that video made a lot of sense, then I got one person on board. I might make another video that 20 people might like it more than the first video. But at the end of the day, content is content. And the way the algorithms work, you can make a video today and then 2 years from now, that video went viral, right? It's just creating content that makes your heart feel great at the end of the day. It's knowing that you're coming from a good place. When you think about YouTube and you have people that come up to you and recognize you and say, yo, I finally get to meet you guys. What is that feeling like?
It's awesome. It's like, I can't believe it, honestly.
Yeah. It's happened a couple times.
When we're in Milwaukee at Ukes, we were walking through and they're like, hey, we watch your guys' videos. And Sam's like, hey, did you hear them? And I was like, that's crazy. I don't know. I love it, but it just doesn't seem real sometimes.
I think was that the first one, or is there somebody else that
I don't know.
I think that's one of the first times we're walking into Utes.
Just complete strangers.
Just complete strangers. I mean, was like, oh my gosh, look, hey, we watch you guys on YouTube, and then he's telling his wife, hey, look, it's the 2 Up Journey Junkies who we watch on YouTube. And then, I'm catching up to her like, babe, they watch us on YouTube. And, we speak for a minute. And then there's another content creators who I'm going to jack this up.
Horny Harley Honkers.
The Horny Harley Honkers.
Yeah. Horny
Honkers.
Okay.
And they're just amazing people. And we were walking towards where the museum is. In that little 4-way, like the road goes 4 ways, and we're walking towards the museum, and she's recording, not paying around her, not paying attention to her surroundings. And they were trying to get her attention.
And I just kept walking.
She just kept walking. And I'm like, babe, like they're trying to get your attention, or whatever. So they watch our stuff. And we spoke to them on Instagram. But it was really cool for them, like, they recognized us and, trying to get our attention and stuff like that.
Yeah, and we rode with them.
Yeah, we rode with them a little bit in Milwaukee, hung with them a lot. So, yeah, it was really cool.
We just love it.
Yeah.
Meaning people.
So anytime we see anybody or anybody that recognizes us, we definitely are very, let them know we're very appreciative and very thankful. And, we're blessed to have the family of friends of riders that we do.
I love that.
Absolute blessing, to have met you, like everybody.
Yeah.
And it's, I
Yeah.
love it when we go, like what's the next rally we're going to go to? Who are we going to see there? You know, now we can, you know, text everybody, call everybody up like, yo, y'all going to this? Or, you know, that's what I like now is being, you know, the future stuff that we're going to do, you know, we can even text or call up. Hey, we're going to do this. Y'all,
Yep.
you know, is everybody feels like doing this too?
Yep.
You know, that's what I like to do.
That's right. I love that. And y'all know I got y'all back 100%. Like, y'all know that. That's just point blank. The, to me, structurally, I'm still going to go back. If you, right now, your channel has, almost 800 subscribers, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So we got to get that up to 1,000 at least, right? But think about this. A lot of people put this thing to numbers. It's like, oh yeah, you got 20,000 subscribers. Okay, that's fine. But I know people who have way less subscribers, but they have a bigger response from their audience, because you might have somebody who will subscribe to your channel and they never come back to your channel, ever come back to your channel. Yeah. The comment section, the likes, the thumbs ups, that's where everything really lies to me, right?
Yep.
When you guys start putting together more content, I can't wait for people to know your backgrounds, because we spoke a bit, and I wouldn't share that stuff because I don't know what's shareable, what's not. It's actually nobody's business until you guys put it out there. But
right.
But there are couples right now who is going through all kinds of hardship that they're probably on the verge of divorce, right? They're probably on the verge of, like, maybe somebody's trying to get married. Maybe people, it would be so awesome to have like a Sma And Susan, you know, like monthly roundup, right? Where you guys get together, you talk about some of the bullshit that you guys go through, and you guys just share something to start pulling more people. You know what I'm saying? Like, get more writers involved, non-writers involved, because, you know, both of you just represent this spiritual mindset to me, right? And it's like the way you guys complement each other, it needs to be out there more. It needs to be out there a lot more. And I think as people are watching this video, they're probably looking at Two Up Riding on a different scale now. Maybe they never saw it like that before, right? Or maybe somebody who is thinking about riding with their husband, like Kelly B's wife.
Exactly.
I like how y'all was like, maybe we could talk her into taking a ride up to Atlanta. Like, who knows, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's showing people, hey guys, you could do this. You can do this, right? Few more questions, then we wrap up, because I know time goes fast, and I'm having a great time with you guys. What made you choose the name Two Up Journey Junkies? And was there any other names before that you had to battle with back and forth?
No, I don't think there was there?
We knew he said we have to have the word two up in there. And I like to have something catchy in a jingle just for the marketing part. And I had like a list of names, but as soon as I hit Journey Junkies, we're like, that's it.
I think we were talking about how, you know, I think motorcycle riding, you know, when a lot of, especially because I'm a veteran. So when you have a lot of veterans, you know, who battle with all different kinds of mental, you know, there's mental illness, there's, you know, mental, what's the other word, opposite of illness? There's like, you know, you may have people who, you know, it helps lift their spirit. You know, it's just not the bad part of, I guess, mental health. You know, people can be upbeat. So in all walks of life, you feel like, you know, I feel like I'm a junkie because I have to be on the bike. If I don't ride, I'm an all-season rider. I ride all year.
Yes.
I've got more cold weather clothing.
Actually, I am too, though.
Now she is. She wasn't before. She would not ride.
Rain does not bother me.
Yeah, rain doesn't bother anymore. I mean, we're not going to go out in a monsoon, but we sure as heck.
We've ridden through a monsoon.
And as soon as it stops, we ain't waiting 30 minutes. We are leaving in seconds after that rain stops.
It gets
So
bad.
we're not afraid of wet. I mean, cold now.
You totally got off the track of why we got named
so
Journey Junkies.
but you know, you're a junkie. That riding just makes you you gotta have that fix. You gotta ride that bike, or else you're gonna like lose your mind if you're not out on that bike.
Yes.
And that's how it is for me. If I go a long period of time,
Oh, he's crabby.
it's not. I'm not an angry individual,
It's therapy.
but it
It's therapy.
I get depressed. I get like,
yeah.
I feel like that kid, looking out the window when it's raining, he can't go outside and ride his big wheel or his bicycle.
Yeah.
Rain. We got rain gear. Let's go.
Man, that's a good way to break it down.
No, so that's how we came up with, I'm a junkie for this. I mean, I am a junkie.
You know what was powerful about that too? Is that the lady next to you also admitted that she's a junkie too. She's like, look, I could ride in cold weather now too. I could ride in storms. I could do, and that's what I'm saying, guys. Like, you guys are just perfect. It's like crazy how awesome that is to see the growth. And that's another thing that somebody could take home, right? Somebody who's thinking about riding two up, like, wow, she came from this part to that part, and she's scared like how I'm scared, and all this stuff. And guess what? You're still doing it. You're two up journey junkies. I did a test on Google, and this is what I do for myself too, right? And when I type in two up riding, right? Two up riding, I see other people pop up. So here's my challenge.
Fix that, Sensei.
We gotta fix that. We gotta fix it, right? So two up riding. If you guys could do, and this is just my business mind thinking out loud, right? If you guys could do 6-part or 7-part series, right? Where is solely titled two up riding. And then you put whatever comes after that two up riding. And, video number 1, let's talk about the fear. Video number 2, let's talk about the safety. Video number 3, how do you move on your bike, right? Video number 3, hey, you thinking about doing a YouTube channel like us? I'm gonna show you how I record these videos, right? So just do that and put two up riding. That way, when people start typing in two up riding, your stuff start popping up as well.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
You guys have any challenges for me? Because I'm open to it too.
Any what?
Challenges.
I talk quick. I'm Jamaican.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess any challenges as in just
anything.
I don't know.
Hey, if you guys ever have challenges for me as well, I'm open to it, right? Because this is how we all grow with each other. Ride Fit Nation, I made sure that people understand what my channel is. It is not a motorcycle channel. It's just what we have in common. Mm-hmm. But we are a lifestyle channel, right? Which means that I can record a video talking about my Sensei cup. I can record a video talking about my phone.
Your watermelon juice.
Huh?
Your watermelon juice.
Watermelon juice.
I need the recipe. Is that like
I got you.
It's in the watermelon?
No, yeah, it's just I'm gonna show you how I do it. I'm gonna send you a video. It's like simple, but it's delicious. It's absolutely delicious, right?
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah. Look, watermelon juice, how to make it. That's a video, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So you guys just have, like I said, the camaraderie. Everybody who's watching this video, please head on over to Two Up Journey Junkies. Subscribe to the channel, share their content. A lot of you sometimes just watch the videos and you don't subscribe to the channels. Subscribe to the channel, leave those comments, help us to grow and help us to keep on expanding. That's point blank. Guys, do you have any outros, anything you want to share with people? Any maybe it's a message, maybe it's whatever, anything you want to share?
People are watching you. I don't know if they're subscribed as well, but they need to subscribe to you because you are super motivating.
Absolutely.
Full of ideas.
Full of energy.
And like you said, it's not just about riding. It's about being fit. Keep moving no matter what you're doing. And it doesn't matter what you ride. Doesn't matter how you exercise. Just get out there and do it. Yep.
Make that money.
Make that money. Get the miles, get the money, and get the muscle, baby.
Right.
Yeah, but you're just so positive and I love it.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely motivating. And you're all, you always have a smile on your face on all your videos. Seeing you in person, man, you have got always that, ear to ear smile. And it was cool to see you, sharing that time with your son. especially 2 Up. And you know, just hey man, we're very appreciative of all of our followers, you know, of all the writers out there, you know, all the friends and family that we have met, and we're so thankful that you know, they help by pushing our channel with us. And
my thing is if you're thinking about writing 2 Up, you should try it.
Yeah,
and we're like an open book. If you have questions or you're scared about something, I mean, reach out to us. We'll respond back and give you my tips. Or, you know, I understand if you're fearful at first, or if I have suggestions, things like that. Just reach out to us.
We have met a few people where, you know, the husband's like, you know, my wife will not ride with me. You know, we'll go to bike night, and he rode there and she drove in the car, and we're like, well, what are y'all doing? I'm too scared to, you know, it's nothing to be scared about. You can get in an accident in a car just as quick as you can on a motorcycle. And like, trust me, your husband is going to look out for you. He's going to make, I mean, especially, you know, if y'all been,
or it could be a child, or it could be a friend, it could be whatever.
Like we talked about earlier, that person, whoever you're going to ride 2 Up with, is going to keep you safe, and they want to make sure you get home safe, just like they want to get home safe to see the rest of their family and friends, you know, from here to whenever. It's just, you got to make that jump, and, you know, don't be scared.
Wow.
My thing, I think, is no matter what you're doing, riding, car, hiking, whatever it is that you love, just get out there and do it. And remember to always enjoy the journey.
Come on. Enjoy the journey and be junkies while you're at it too.
That's right.
Enjoy it. That is beautiful. That's a great summary. There it is, guys. This is what we're doing here. This entire show concept is to highlight people that you know and people that you don't know, and to engage and to listen and learn, take the notes. We're never too old to learn new things or to apply new things. Riding 2 Up is not a game. You have somebody else's life on the line. So that means that you are much more aware, much more sensitive towards what's happening in front, behind, to the side, to the left. And here's my challenge to everybody that's watching this video. Reach out to Sma And Susan. If you don't know which one is Sam, you got a problem, okay? But reach out to them on Instagram. Is the same exact thing. 2 Up Journey Junkies, right? The same thing on Instagram, right? Yep. Message them or go to their video channel and comment, subscribe, all that stuff, and start to ask questions, because we're going to work in that program. Let's get these miles, let's get this money, and let's get this muscle. We are out, and thanks a lot for joining. I'll see you next time.
We'll see ya.